hope everybody's having a beautiful day today. I'm asking if anyone can please spare any money for me and my girlfriend, please. This is honestly one of the worst days I had on here in a while, and the only reason I'm up here so late. I wish I could have been on here earlier and had more time. This person said it was $17 yesterday and $500 today. What will tomorrow bring? Yesterday, my Cash App was $17 negative, and I needed that just to get back to zero. Okay. Number two, yesterday I did also need $500 to get my girlfriend's instruments. And a few days before this, I've been asking this. I've been telling people I need this, but yesterday I just needed money for food, okay? Because my girlfriend needs to fucking eat, man, and I need to too. All right, so yes, since I've got here, I've needed that $500 for the instruments, and I've talked about it a lot, but it's been hard because. Look, right now I've been on here an hour and 33 minutes. I've only gotten $7. And that $7 is gonna be gone. She needs. I'm spending $10, $10 or $12 a day on water. You understand me? And I hate it too. I hate it. I'm so pissed off that she's making me spend $10 or $12 a day on water when some days, like right now, I spend an hour and 34 minutes on trying to get money to support us, and I've only gotten $7. And if I'm spending $10 or $12 a day on bottled pH water, how does that add up? You tell me. So I can't even stop right now if I wanted to, because that doesn't even cover her water costs. And I told her we could boil it. And then she gets upset and throws a fit about it. So what am I supposed to do? I love her, And then guess what? When I started trying to I'm not even arguing. I'm just suggesting maybe we can boil the water, right? And she throws so much of a fit that now she has to drink tonight. Now she has to get drunk, and it's not my place to bring all of this to y'all, but I just don't think people understand what we're going through. I just don't think people understand what I'm going through.
Next to that at night.
Yeah, she trusts the people, but she said, I thought she was ill. Do you mean ill? She has epilepsy, yes. She had a seizure 3 days ago. She just hit her head 2 days ago. And the water, and she's telling me when she drank the well water, her stomach is messing up, okay? That's bad for her stomach. I tried to suggest that we boil the water, but she's not okay with that. And I'm literally spending $10 or $12 a day on water, and if I try to have a cup, then she gets upset and then has to start drinking. And so I just don't know what to do. I'm trying my best. No, we don't have a spring near us, Angie. No, she's not drinking now. She's really having a lot of health issues, and I keep on telling her, this drinking is making it worse. It's not making it better. And I shouldn't be saying this to you guys. It's wrong of me for even to bring this up, but I don't know what else to do, because I've only gotten seven. I've been up here for an hour and 37 minutes, and I've only gotten $7, and that's not even enough to buy her enough water for a day. You know, water, $10 a day on water. I'm trying my best. Please help us, please. I don't know what I should do. I am Boozer. I am. You got a problem with that? Well, too bad. Go tell someone else about it, cause you're blocked too. I'm going through too much right now. I'm going through too much right now. Trying my best to take care of her. Thank you, Aya. I do everything I can. You know, she won't eat certain foods. You know, she's very picky with her foods. And I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do now. I can't go back there with only $7. You know, because then I'm gonna be stressed out, and then she's gonna need the drink. I can't go back there with only $7. Please, someone at least send $5 or $10.
You're disgusting.
At least to have enough to get her some water and a pack of cigarettes for the day, please. We had to sleep most of the day today because she went to the hospital last night. She hit her head the day before, and her headache was getting worse, and her vision was still blurry.
Oh, what the fuck?
I had to call an ambulance. We don't have a car. They wouldn't let me go with her. It says no ride-alongs. You know, it's been a very traumatic past few days, and I'm sharing more than I should. You know, it's just people say that they want to know what's going on. If they're going to donate, you know, they want to know what's going on. I'm trying to tell you what's going on. I'm trying to tell you what I'm going through, and why we need financial support. And I've been up here for an hour and 40 minutes now, and I've only gotten $7 in donations. I can't even go back there with only $7. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. And I can't even express how I feel right now. Terry, why don't you work on being a better fucking person and not judging people and not assuming things? How about that? Can somebody at least please spare $10, please? Can somebody at least please spare $10, please? Can somebody at least please spare $10, please? Thank you, Jen Corp. I'm fucked. I literally can't end the live stream. I literally can't. I want to. I'm hey, if that's the thing, I think she would have to get disability first for that to happen. But if that's the thing, that would be great. Because I do take care of her. But she's not immobilized. She can move, she can walk. It's just she could have a seizure at any time. She had one 3 days ago. I vaguely remember that Candy Rain Gaming. I vaguely remember that. Very vaguely. I'm just trying to stay calm right now, guys. I'm just trying to stay calm right now. Because I literally can't. And the thing is, I do remember I can overdraft my Cash App. I can. It's just that I'm gonna have to come back on here later. Hey, I'm negative this much in my Cash App. Can you guys at least bring me back to zero? And once it's overdrafted, you can't overdraft again. You have to pay off that negative balance. So I gotta be careful with that, because if I overdraft it and then I really need something, I can't get nothing. I got $7 in my $8 in my Cash App account. I got $8 in my Cash App. That's all I got to my name. $8 in my Cash App. It's $10 or $12 I gotta spend on water every day. Fucking $5 for a pack of cigarettes. And I'm trying to save money to get her instruments. That's the sound of a Cash App donation. Let's see what it is. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you. Yes, my Cash App is working again. For anyone who doesn't know, who wasn't here, they wanted me to change it to a business account. I told them I'm not a business. They said too bad. So my Cash App does work again. It's just I had to make a business account. Somebody just sent me $50 on Cash App. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Somebody just sent me $50 on Cash App. They wanted to remain anonymous, but they said to research epilepsy. I have researched a little bit, especially with certain things. And she has researched, her whole life, because she has it. And, different types of epilepsy have different triggers. Like she said, most epilepsy is light epilepsy from flashing lights. Hers is mostly from sound, and she said it's really rare, but hers is with the sound, and it's like repetitive, high-pitched sounds can really really fuck us. I've seen it. We stayed at a friend's house one night, and their roommate had this super loud alarm clock. Like, it's the loudest alarm clock I ever heard in my life. I swear to God. It was like screeching, like you hear a fire alarm in a fucking auditorium or something. And she just, I've seen it happen from different things, where it's, these high-pitched repetitive sounds and hormonal. And her hormones, that's her doctors told her that as well. It's also can be triggered by hormonal changes. Around the time of her period and before and after her period for a few days, though that's the most uh, that's the most vulnerable time when she usually that's the time she usually gets seizures, and she's going through her cycle right now, and that's it's usually before her cycle where some most likely time she's gonna have a seizure, and she did 3 days ago. And I will do more research though. I will do more research because I love her and I'm gonna be here for her no matter what, you know. And I'm happy to be there for someone. I'm happy that somebody appreciates me. You know, that's a lot in my life. A lot of people haven't appreciated me, and you know, tell her to look into hormonal imbalance supplements. Um, okay, I will. She does take a lot of supplements. We haven't even got all the vitamins and supplements that she wants. We got some of the most important ones. Um, if you guys remember that a few weeks ago, we still have a lot of those, but we didn't get all the ones we need. But now, since we moved across the country, she doesn't have her instruments, and she really wants her instruments, and that's the most important thing. So before we can buy more medicine, not medicine, vitamins and supplements, before we can get a car, before we can start building our tiny house, we have to get our instruments, and I'm happy to make that my main focus. Thank you again so much to the anonymous person who sent that $50 a few minutes ago. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So who is holding the instruments? It's one of her friends in California, in the city we just came from. But she's told me she's moved a lot in her life before, and there's been times before where she left her instruments and she didn't she didn't make it her priority. She put it off for a while, and then by the time she had the money to get it, they were gone, and she couldn't get them back. So she's really stressed out about it, and whenever she has her instruments, she plays music every day. It's a huge therapeutic thing for her, and it's a big part of her life. And it's we started a YouTube channel. I don't know if some of you remember. It's at Formless Dragon 11. If you search on YouTube the @ symbol, then Formless Dragon 11 1 1. You know, at Formless Dragon 11, you'll find her channel. We have 5 or 6 songs we uploaded at the last place we were living at, and we would love to be able to get back to recording again. And being able to put her music out there, so it's always there for anyone to listen to. But I want to say thank you so much to the person who sent the $50, because I don't like to say where we are, Bailey, because I already have so many stalkers. Thank you, AA. I, I, I'm I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I was tripping earlier on you. I was just so stressed out, not understanding what's going on with my Cash App, if people are messing with me or what. Um, yeah. What I was saying is thank you so much, because main thing. Because if I didn't at least make enough to get her some alkaline water like she wants and a cheap pack of cigarettes today, then I would be stressed out and worried about it, and then whenever I go back to the house, I'll be telling her about how I'm stressed out about the money, and then she's gonna want to drink because I'm stressing her out. So I'm trying not to bring any more stress into her life. I'm trying not to put any more stress on her right now, especially because she had a seizure 3 days ago. She hit her head 2 days ago. She had to go to the hospital last night because it was still hurting. She said it was hurting even worse. And then we don't have a car. Her brother has a moped, and he had to ride the moped 15 minutes to the hospital and pick her, and she had to hold on to him on the back of the moped from the hospital. And when she's fucking, tired as hell, and just hit her head the day before, just had a seizure the day before that, and it's like, it's fucked up because 2 nights ago she hit her head and she seemed really out of it. She was really tired, and we didn't know if she should go to the hospital. She was able to respond and was alert, knew what was going on, but she just wanted to sleep. And I researched online and said it is okay to sleep. In the morning, she was fine, walking, talking, everyth's good, and But then she took ibuprofen, but I should have not gave her that because I said don't take ibuprofen, take the Tylenol. I said morphine, whatever. So I think maybe it was partially my fault, and then
I said morphine. You should get morphine.
I was stressing out about Cash App because yesterday it wasn't letting me receive payments. Yeah, alright. So the point is, what I was trying to tell you a second ago is, whenever the ambulance picked her up, they told me, I said, we don't have a car, she doesn't have a phone, and they say, oh, the hospital will give her a ride home. They'll give her a ride home. So I say, okay, and then I'm staying up all night calling the hospital because they had to give her a CT scan to make sure she didn't have any recognizable like major brain damage, because her headache was getting worse. Her vision was getting blurry at the end of the night. And okay, so let me back up. Like I said, after I went live yesterday, my Cash App wasn't working. I called Cash App. And I also told them that they gave me a notification that I needed to change my account to a business account. And I'm asking them, why is my payments failing? And she said, oh, you exceeded some limit or something. And then, I'm stressing out about it. And then she asked one of her family members to get her a drink. And I'm not opposed to her drinking, but a day after she just hit her head, 2 days after her seizure, and it's just stressing me out. I'm like, but I'm not gonna tell her what to do. But then she was good for a while when we were drinking, and then when we ran out, then all of a sudden she said her headache is worse than before, and she was drinking a lot of water too. She said it was worse than before, and then she said her vision was blurry again, and her speech was getting slower. It was getting harder for her to move, and I started freaking out, and I'm like, okay, do you want to go to the hospital? Because it said online, if your headache's getting worse, that you should definitely call 911, go to the hospital, and she wanted to look online herself to make sure too, and I showed her. She even searched, oh shit, if a day or two after this, if your head still hurts, and then the AI said yes, you should go to the hospital. And so she was like, yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I'm willing to go to make sure because I wanted her to go the first night, but you know she was saying she was fine. Other people saying she was fine, but I still wanted her to go just to make sure, because if I would have known that, if I could have done something, if I could have made sure she got to the hospital and it was a crucial time period, and I missed it because I hesitated, then I wouldn't be able to live with myself. So, so I called 911, and the ambulance came, and when I'm talking to the guy on the 911 operator, I'm like, I just want to know. I want her to go anyways, and it doesn't matter. I just want to know, am I gonna be able to go with her? She wants me to come with her. She doesn't have a phone. We don't have a car. He's like, yeah, you should be able to go with her. The ambulance guys get here, and the guy was like, I said, can I come with you guys? We don't have a car or anything. And he just coldly responds, we don't do ride-alongs. And it's like, come on, and telling her to come on. And she tells me that apparently she found out later that the guy's at the end of a 24-hour shift. And, I understand that. It's fucked up how hard people in the healthcare industry have to work, and how bad the working conditions are for them, how they have to keep going like that, because it's not healthy. But still at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I didn't appreciate that, Anyways, the other ambulance guy was nice. He said, yeah, we're going to take her to the hospital. And then, so I asked him, I'm like, well, she doesn't have a phone. We don't have a car, And he's like, well, they'll give her a ride home when she's discharged. Don't worry. And I was like, all right. So I let her go with them. And then, I was going to let her go anyway. It's not like she needed my permission, but she was hesitating for a second, wondering if she should, because, it's like we don't have a car, and so she left, and then I called after she got there, and they told me that they were going to give her a CT scan and wait for the results, and I was going to start walking there, but it was like 4 in the morning, and the sun wasn't going to come up for like 30 more hours. And I looked online and said there's bears around here. I mean, there was black bears where I was in California too, so it probably shouldn't have been much of a problem. I probably wouldn't have even seen a bear, but it's also when bears start, getting more aggressive and more looking for food for the winter, And so, and so I talked to the guy in the emergency room when I called him, and I said, is she gonna be there for a few more hours? Because if she was, then I was thinking I'm just gonna walk all the way there, right? I want to walk there just so I can be by her side, But it's a 2-hour walk, Technically an hour and 49 minutes, but it's a 2-hour walk. So I'm trying to call people and get some advice what I should do, and then, he told me they were waiting to give her a CT scan, so I figured I would just wait, because he said if they give her the CT scan, everything's good, then they'll just discharge. Then she'll probably just get discharged. So, if she gets discharged within the next hour or two, and I'm walking there, then she could get discharged and be on her way home. But by the time before I even get there, so I'm trying to weigh my options here. And so I waited. I decided I would wait till they got the results for the CT scan before I walked up.